Today we're going to make chicken parm nuggets, and the first thing you're going to do is blend up some pork rinds. I actually got a Parmesan flavor of pork rinds to use for this, but any flavor is fine because we're also adding some grated Parmesan as well. And I know people say that this is like plastic or whatever, but honestly, who cares? So we're just going to add our seasonings to the pork rinds first, like this. You have a lovely, calming voice. Thank you, Chelsea. Hey, Donna made it tonight. All right, so salt. And I bought an electric pepper cracker, by the way, that was terrible. How bad was our salt and pepper cracker, the electric one?
Is there any pepper left in there?
Yeah, there's a little. I don't need a lot. All right, and then we add our salt. I'll get like the last little bit, whatever. And I'm also gonna add some oregano. You don't have to. And now we're just gonna like dump some of this Parmesan. Really no measurements. Just go with whatever your heart tells you. This is good. All right. Now I'm gonna mix that all up with a round fork like this. When does the new book come out? Should be very soon. You could definitely use ranch seasoning, Robin. That sounds good. And we're going to dip this in marinara sauce. So if you were wondering like why we're calling them chicken parm. All right. Happy Monday, Dora. Here we go. And I cut them super thick. You just take a chicken breast and cut it up into pieces. I made them big. I don't understand, like, I don't know, like, you just don't need to have small nuggets, you know, whatever. And we're just going to add them to a parchment-lined baking dish that we're going to put in the air fryer, by the way. You can also fry these in, like, a pan with oil. I'm new to your page. You have a book. I do. It's called Breaking Up with Carbs. It has everything you need to know about getting started on keto. It's filled with like recipes, meal plans, guides. You can go to Amazon and type in Breaking Up with Carbs to get it. You could use that on fish too. Yeah, you can bread anything with this. Like you could bread zucchini. What else do we bread with this? Like, one time I made chicken fried steak with crushed up pork rinds. It's really good. Small nuggets means more breading on each bite. Exactly. And we were having a conversation about this the other day. There's these chicken fingers from this place called Happy Chicks that I like. Whenever I go off plan, they're like super big pieces of chicken with breading. I like that so much more than like the Dairy Queen chicken fingers, which by the way are really good, especially dipped in their gravy. Oh my gosh. But it's so much better to get big pieces of chicken with breading than like tiny pieces and you're eating mostly breading. How many times a week do you do a blank? What were you going to ask? Do I go live? I go live Sunday through Thursday. I've made this and it was yummy. Hey, nice, Graham. Yes, this is actually in my book. The one that is already out. I may have to get some more pork rinds. Actually, I'm out of this flavor of pork rinds, so maybe we'll bread like the last few that I'm not able to get with just Parmesan. The only spices I forgot to add oregano, whatever. Or just salt and pepper. But the Parmesan has a lot of flavor. What could you substitute if you don't have pork rinds? Almond flour, coconut flour. It's not going to be nearly as good. It's okay that way, but it's not like breadcrumbs, you know. Ooh, yes, you can also use keto chips. So like Hilo chips would be great. Quest chips, like whatever chips you can get a hold of, or like Parm crisps, which I guess is just more Parmesan, but okay. We're running low on breading. My weight has stalled. How do I get back? My best advice is work on ways to reduce your appetite. First of all, I would say track your inches, because weight is kind of deceiving, especially if you don't have a ton of weight to lose. Like someone who has 150 pounds to lose, yes, it's an issue if they stop losing weight. But if you have like 20 more pounds to lose and the scale stops moving, it could mean literally nothing at all and just be part of your journey. So make sure you're tracking inches as well. But also just like work on ways to reduce your appetite. Cut out mindless snacking. Like that's going to be huge. If every day on your lunch break you eat like a meal, and then you just like say you're working from home, like every time you go to the bathroom you're just snacking on peanut butter or like whatever else, it's going to add up and that's going to make a big difference. So think of all the times throughout the day where like you're not eating meals, because just like eat meals when you're hungry, you know, and eat what you need to feel full. But think of the times you're eating when you're not actually hungry. Like that's going to help you lose the weight. All right, now we're just gonna throw these in the air fryer. The leftover pieces of chicken I'll probably just give to our dogs. I'm not gonna cook them. And since they're pretty thick, I'm probably going to do like, I don't know, 12 to 15 minutes instead of 8 to 10. Flipping halfway through. All right. And now we can just hang out and do some Q&A while that cooks. Have you ever tried menudo? Have I ever had menudo? No. I have not. What's your go-to favorite meal to make? Low-carb tortilla pizza. It's the best. Other than that, pork rind crusted chicken is one of my favorites. If you're the type of person who used to go to restaurants and like you would just order chicken fingers like me, pork rind crusted chicken fingers are really good, especially if you soak them in pickle juice before cooking them. They have like a Chick-fil-A vibe. How did you make the pork rinds step by step? Oh, you commented that for me. Thank you. Yep, you put them in a food processor, add seasonings, and it's that easy. Cauliflower. You could also use cauliflower. You can bread cauliflower. I didn't know it was a vegan thing until recently, but there's this restaurant I would go to where whenever I would have cheat days or cheat meals or whatever, it was like a chicken spot, and I would get chicken fingers, sweet potato fries, and they had fried cauliflower. And I would get that as a side. And if I was having like a cheat day, I would also get mac and cheese too. But the fried cauliflower was so good to me that I've done it before, just like breaded it with pork rinds. It's really good. We are air frying them, Brooke. Yes. What's the difference in a round fork and a spoon? So a round fork is like it's just like a utensil you use maybe to eat soup with or scoop out peanut butter. I'm not sure what that other word is. Are you from Ohio? I was born in Ohio. Now I live in Texas. I'm not Canadian. And I say A not as a Canadian thing. I think I say A as like an exciting thing. You know, if we make a recipe that's really good, I say, A. Just got the Popeyes blackened chicken. OMG. It's so good, right? It's literally It's almost as good as like actual chicken fingers because of how seasoned it is, especially if you dip it in the ranch. Why did you guys choose Texas for home? I chose Austin because it's like, I don't know, it's just like the most up and coming city right now. And Anna chose it because that's where her heart took her. How much weight did you lose? 80 pounds. It took me 2 years. What's up, Reckless? Do you have a favorite low carb or no carb rice besides cauliflower? You can use shirataki rice, which is good. It's like all fiber. Not that I'm looking to cheat, but do you know how much of a cheat can kick you out of ketosis? I like how you disclosed you are not looking to cheat. It depends. If you're new to keto, meaning you're not fat adapted, and you don't exercise, it could be very little. It could take very little to kick you out of ketosis. Like going over your carbs by 10 carbs for the day could kick you out of ketosis. But if you just like deadlifted and you've been doing keto for 2 years, you can probably get away with like, I don't know, like 2 Oreos or something. I don't know like what exactly. It also depends on if you're pairing it. It all comes down to your blood sugar response to the food you eat. There are things you can do to dampen your blood glucose response to food, like pairing it with fiber. It's so crazy how when you go out to restaurants, they give you the bread first. It's much better if you get like your salad first because you want to fill your stomach with some fiber, and that way you don't have this huge blood sugar spike. Because when you eat carbs by themselves, which bread and Skittles and table sugar, your brain, or your body rather, does not know the difference between those things. You eat some super healthy bread or whatever, you have this same, like say wheat bread or whatever, you have this same blood sugar response as if you eat Skittles. So to get away with eating carbs without getting kicked out of ketosis, you want to make sure you're eating fiber first and also pairing it with fat and protein and also making sure you're fat adapted and also making sure you just lifted weights first. But at that point, you're just putting so much effort into it, like just call it a cheat meal and move on with your life, because it's not that big of a deal. Do you exercise daily? I take around 15,000 steps daily. Last month I took 14,000 steps a day, which I was really disappointed in myself for. I just feel like a failure. I don't know if I'll ever recover from that. By the way, I'm just kidding. It did fall down to 14,000 last month, and I was kind of upset, but I try to move my body a lot. I think getting outside is so important for your health. There's so many studies that show why your like happiness depends on you going outside and experiencing the day. Your brain cannot produce sufficient serotonin, which like makes you feel satisfied with your life. I guess that's the best way to describe it. Like if you have a feeling of satisfaction about your life, that means you have adequate serotonin. Your brain cannot produce adequate amounts of it without getting some sunlight exposure into your eyes. It doesn't have to be a sunny day either. It works on cloudy days too. But getting outside and walking is huge. So I take like 15,000 steps a day. And then I lift weights 3 days a week. I go running maybe once or twice a week. I stopped running for a long time, and I'm back at it because how good it makes me feel. If you've ever struggled with mental health, going for a run can literally be so important for feeling good about yourself and escaping whatever's like trapped in. It's like not even just running, any exercise, like especially if you're outside doing it. A lot of times we live inside of our head and we're experiencing a lot of discomfort regarding our thoughts or whatever. Just like going outside and moving your body, or going to the gym and moving your body, can really like release that like repressed emotion and release all of the things that are weighing on you. And it's just so important for mental health. Okay, we're gonna flip these nuggies. And these are huge. These are like gigantic nuggets. But first, we're going to check the temperature to make sure, because I left them in a little too long. They were in there for like 10 minutes. I got carried away answering questions. So we're going to see what the internal temperature is. We're going to pick the thickest one, and then we're going to measure the internal temperature, which is 140. So we're only going to put them back in for like 5 more minutes. If that. I mean, it'll probably climb to 165, actually, but yeah, like 145. All right. Some of them on the outside got into the 150s. Oh, 165. This one you could technically eat, but we're just gonna flip them, put them back in for like 4 more minutes. And I got a pair of thongs to do the flipping with, but the Lord gave us hands for a reason. Okay. All right. Back into the oven they go. And we'll go ahead and get our plate ready. We'll put some marinara sauce in a little cup. The temperature of the air fryer is 400 degrees. You need to use a timer. Well, the air fryer tells you how long they've been in, which is... This, like, Ninja air fryer is literally so amazing. Okay. All right, just a few more minutes and they'll be ready. I actually adjusted the time to 5 minutes when I put them in because I know I'll probably answer a question and get carried away and forget to take them out and they'll burn. Do you fast? I don't do any fasting, but it is really good. There's a lot of reasons why it's beneficial to your health, but also if you struggle with losing weight despite doing keto, fasting is a huge way to put an end to all of your unnecessary eating. Say you are not hungry, but because you're in the kitchen and there's food there, you're shoveling it into your mouth. That can stop your weight loss, even if you're in ketosis. So when you're fasting, you can restrict the amount of time you're able to do that. Just ordered your book. Thanks. Hey, thank you so much, Freckles. I'm so glad you got it. Let me know if it helps you on your journey. I missed what went into the dipping sauce. We didn't make our own. It's just store-bought Rayo's marijuana sauce. My keto strips have been reading negative for 2 weeks now. I've been on keto for 3 months. That means you are officially maybe fat adapted. What happens is once your body gets good at burning ketones and using them for energy, you stop excreting them through the urine. So you need to use a blood monitor because urine strips only work at the beginning. What's the fastest way to get into ketosis? So you want to cook down 6 pounds of bacon, take the grease, and then put it in a glass and drink it. Your book is so helpful. Hey, thank you, college student 74. Yoga outside is one of the best things I've done. Yeah, yoga, meditation as well. These things are really big for mental health too. If you can do them outside, it'll change your life. Getting sun is so important for your happiness. We are animals that evolved outside, walking on grass and dirt and having sunlight shine on us and touching trees and touching dirt and like chasing down animals with like spears and picking berries. So for us to just be inside all day, sitting in a chair, looking at a computer, is the greatest disservice you could do to your brain's ability to produce happiness. We are not designed to do that. My agrophobia is screaming at you right now. Is that like fear of agriculture? All right, guys. What is your favorite low-carb bread? I like Sola bread the best. Anna's favorite is this brand called Royo. That's still your favorite bread?
Yeah.
Okay. I have tried Catalina Crunch. I think it's okay. It's not the greatest. I included it in a video the other day, and people were like, I don't like Catalina Crunch. And that's not the point of why I include it in the video. I'm just like showing you options of what you can get at the store. But Catalina Crunch is definitely not my favorite, but it's okay. All right. Ooh, these got perfect. They're like the perfect color. I am gonna use the thongs right now, so look at these nuggets. Ooh, yeah. Straight bussin', okay. And it's just so exciting that we're dipping them in marinara sauce. Oh, yeah. Let's take a quick little picture of these. And then we are going to start devouring them. And also for the person who asked about like struggling to lose weight, another thing is eat more meals like this and less meals that involve like low carb breads and stuff or low carb snacks, because when you eat protein, it fills you up like significantly better than anything else, especially like processed foods. So I definitely recommend making more animal-based recipes, protein-dense foods. It's going to keep you full. It's going to prevent overeating. It's going to do so many things for your health. Okay, let's take a picture. This looks yummy. Oh yeah, this is perfect. All right, let's eat. I'm so excited. I like Mid's pizza sauce for pizza or chicken. It's so good. I've never had that. Oh my god. This is so bussin'. Jeez Louise, this is good. Kate, there is Parmesan cheese on the crust. Oh my God. They're very tender. And yo, the reason they're tender is because I use a food thermometer. If you're not taking the temperature, oh my God, of your chicken when you're cooking it, it's probably going to be overcooked. It's just chicken breasts that we chopped up into cubes, Kate. Hey, thank you, Keto Mac. You could also bake them, but I would recommend pan frying them or frying them instead of baking them. All right. Here we go. Wow. You can definitely use a regular air fryer. By the way, I do not count my calories, but I'm also not eating at a caloric surplus, otherwise I would be gaining weight. And that's because when you do keto, it kind of just regulates your appetite. All right, let's get spiritual up in here. What does tengo muchas ganas mean?
I really want to.
You really want this? All right, we're gonna get spiritual. If you guys didn't know, I gave Harley a haircut over the weekend. The top of her head was just way too long. She looks so much better when it's short like this. So now we're gonna get spiritual. Yo, Lord, please be with anybody who is struggling on their keto journey and help them realize that they have the power to change their eating habits. Thank you for bringing this amazing community together. We're so blessed to have each other. And most importantly, thank you for giving us life, because every day we wake up is truly a blessing and we should never ever take that for granted. Amen. All right, let's get this breathing exercise in. Breathe in feelings of gratitude. Hold it and feel your body relaxing. Breathe out any stress or negativity. Breathe in feelings of inner peace. Hold it and feel your body continuing to relax. Breathe out any tension or anxiety and remind yourself everything's happening exactly as it should be. Breathe in feelings of self-love. Hold it and feel your body continuing to relax. Breathe out any self-doubt or negativity and remind yourself that you are beautiful and you are worthy of reaching your goals. All right, guys. I love you. I believe in you. I'll see you tomorrow night. Bye.